What's going on, y'all? Want to welcome you back to the Raw Report. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about character. The only reputation that's real is the one that nobody can see. Character is not only who you are when people are watching, it's who you are when the outcome no longer benefits you. Because in today's world, everybody's got a highlight reel. But almost nobody got character no more. Today, we're going to talk about what's the difference. We'll talk about, are you carrying around an image or are you actually carrying around character? Which one are you actually building? So, who are you when nobody's recording or you're not performing for nobody? Because really, that's really the only version that's real. Character's not who you are when people are watching. It's who you are when the outcome no longer benefits you. That's basically what I'm saying. It's what you do after you lose. How you treat somebody who can't do a single thing for you. Are you keeping your word when it's going to cost you something? The test most of us haven't been asked to go through is what character is built on. But we got to be tested. Because basically, a lot of times, a lot of y'all are spending years building image, especially in this new generation, which caused me to why I'm speaking on it. Because y'all looking at social media and the different things. And it's got y'all constantly performing. And what's going to happen is one day it's going to all fall apart because you haven't built anything underneath the performance. So basically, image is all people see. But your character is what's left when the image is gone. And a lot of y'all don't even know what's up under the image. Because up until now, you haven't had to find out. That's what I mean about being tested. At some point, you're going to have to be tested. Because this image culture is got y'all, like I said, performing. You grew up in a generation that's basically graded in real time on everything you do. Your likes, your comments, your views, your followers. It's like every single day somebody's handing you a scorecard or how good you did or how good you look. And nobody is basically telling you if you did it right or even how you did it. Nobody cares. Did you look good doing it? And I think that goes back to like what we always talking about, what I'm saying. Y'all have a lot of information, but y'all ain't got no experience. And when you do stuff for the image, basically, depending on how big the applause is or how many people commented or followed or liked, you think you did it right. And 9 times out of 10, you probably ain't close to doing it right. So an example would be like you post a gym picture and you look like you was in there working hard, this and that, but you skipped those last 2 sets. Nobody saw it, but you know you skipped the last 2 sets because everybody was like, oh, you in there working hard, you look good. That's you doing that for the image. That's not character. Or another example would be you basically a loyal friend in the group chat. You take up for your guy. You do all the, like you got his back, but then you the first one talking as soon as he leave the room. That's image. That's not character. You respectful to your mother, your father, whoever when somebody's around. But the second nobody around, you being very disrespectful. Because, like I said, you do that for the image of looking like you this great kid, I guess, but your character's broken. Or you show up, you all happy and full of chill when your team winning, but as soon as we down 20-0, don't nothing matter no more. You check out. It's the coach's fault. It's the teammates' fault. Ain't nobody getting better. Everybody's sorry. But you blaming everybody but yourself. You made 10 turnovers yourself, but it's everybody else's fault that we losing. Like, don't get me wrong, everybody else got a part in it, but what about your part in it? Or you keep your word only when it's convenient. Because if it benefits you, you keep your word, but if it don't, nah, I just didn't feel like it. Because it don't fit, you ain't getting nothing out of it. And what I'm saying, none of that makes you a bad person. So don't take it like I'm saying that. Don't make you a bad person. It just means you ain't been tested yet. Because untested character is gonna lie on you every time. Basically, because you ain't never been under pressure. And because you ain't been under pressure, you can just blow people off and do everything. Basically, at the end of the day, you can be selfish. And it keeps happening because nobody set you down and taught you the difference between image management and your integrity. You basically learned how to build your highlight reel from people that's on these social platforms, influencers, who get paid to build highlight reels. They getting paid a lot of money to build highlight reels, and you trying to live your life like a highlight reel, and your life ain't even close to that. Ain't nobody giving you $1, but you trying to make it seem like everything is all good all the time. We all going through something. Believe that. Don't let these people lie to you. And what I'm basically on here telling you is you didn't learn how to build character. Because the men who could have showed you was either absent, never home, or they was never taught themselves. And what I mean by absent, that mean they ain't around. Or the ones that are around, like I said, they ain't never home. So you inherited a system that rewards how you look, and you never really thought about how you actually feel. So you got good at the system of creating an image. And believe me, that's not a compliment. Because at the end of the day, you're putting up a false illusion of what you want people to see when you pretty much dying in the inside. And basically what I'm telling you is character is, it's not a personality trait. It's just not. It's a pattern of decisions you make when nobody's keeping score or nothing. It's your choices, it's your decisions. That's basically what it boils down to. Because I watched a lot of people over my lifetime with titles, platforms, followings, money, and all of it, and they ain't had no character underneath. And then I watched people with none of that. No money, no platforms, nobody clapping for them. All they had was their integrity and their word. And they basically built, they came up. Because over time, that character outlasts that image. That image only gonna last for so long. And then it's like almost, what I want to say is the person who hold on to that image, it's like you the last person to find out. Ain't nobody checking for you no more. 1 Samuel 16:7. Man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. God already told us the scoreboard. Everybody's playing. They basically playing a fake game. And God grading a whole different scorecard. That's crazy. Luke 16:10 says, whoever is faithful in the smallest thing will also be faithful in a lot. And whoever so is dishonest in a very little thing will also be dishonest in a lot. That means the way you handle the moment nobody's watching, the extra rep, the promise, that basically cost you something that you don't want to give up. The person who can't help your image become something bigger. That's actually the test. It's not a small thing. Because you can fake a highlight reel, but you can't fake who you are when the camera's off. And basically the outcome don't benefit you. You can't fake that. Character always shows up in your decisions. It shows up in your relationships, who you are with people. They basically can't do nothing for you. That's when your character show up. It shows up in your leadership. It shows up on when you have to answer for something that you know you did and you can't perform your way out of it. That's when characters show up. And eventually it shows up in your results, because life built on image is going to collapse. And when the image stops working, you hit. But when you build your life on character, it just keeps compounding over time, keep building on top of each other. And eventually you become somebody you don't even recognize. And I'm not saying none of that because, like I said, I'm not coming for nobody. I'm just trying to point out some insufficiencies that I see, that a lot of people think that their image is character, and it's not the same thing. So here's the part that I'm saying that it's probably go, I'm being blunt. It's probably gonna sting a little bit, but just hear me out. A lot of y'all spent years making this image look like something you're not, because you're building the image instead of building who you actually are. You got that whole perfect lighting, you got the good angle, you sitting on top of somebody else's car. And if I ask the people close to you whether you keep your word, what they say, what would they say about you? That's what I'm trying to get at. What would they say about you if I asked them, do you keep your word? Are you a good person? They might say you're a good person, but they be like, it just depends. So my question to you is, what do you even think about that? Do you care that they know that you don't keep your word? Because if you don't think about that, that should basically tell you that you don't really have friends, because they know you don't keep your word. So when they need something, they definitely ain't coming to you. And like I said, a lot of this ain't happening because you're evil. It's happening because nobody ever told you that image and character are two different things. And you only been making deposits in one of them, which is your image, and no deposits in your character. So a broke character doesn't show up. It's not gonna be like one big collapse. It's like 1,000 small cuts over time, or moments where you pick the version of you that people clap for over the version that God actually sees. And then, like I said, one day it's all gonna come crashing down after you lose something, after you get tested, and when the cameras ain't there no more, and you find yourself by yourself, and you've put way too much time into building the image instead of building your character. Because you can't fake character. You can fake a lot of things in life. Character is not one of them. And I'm just being honest with you. And so my challenge for you this week, one thing I want you to do before you even go to bed tonight, or even Sunday at the latest, whatever. just do one thing that's right this week that nobody will ever know about. Keep that promise to yourself. Make a promise to somebody that's gonna cost you something, but keep it. It could be time, it could be money, it could be comfort. Something that it costs you something to do it. Treat one person right that's can't do a single thing for you. Help somebody that you normally wouldn't help. Because that's what character is built. Don't post about it. Don't tell the group chat. That's the whole point. It's not for the image. Don't tell nobody. You just basically, when you do stuff like that, you're building up your character account instead of putting all that money into the image of what looks good. Because that's for the account that nobody can see. And as y'all heard me talk about a couple of messages back, broke is a behavior, but so is building. And character works the exact same way. You get to pick which one you repeat. And basically that starts with the moment that nobody's watching. So that basically, what I'm asking is, which version is you? You gonna be the one that's doing the work when nobody's watching, or you gonna be the person that's only doing the work when everybody clapping for you? Because I prefer, or I guess it don't matter what I prefer. I guess I'm telling you to go be the person, be your true self when nobody's watching, because that's the real version of you. You might not know now, but at some point you go realize that being true to yourself is so much more than the image of trying to impress other people, because they can care less about you. Like I said, you can fake a lot of things in life, but character's just not one of them. So start building that version of yourself that nobody claps for. Stop performing for people who can't see your heart. Your heart is way bigger than that, and you know it, but you're trying to cover it up just to impress them. Basically start living for the one who can see your heart, which is God. And that's where the real character starts at. But over time you'll learn that, because like I said, character starts to compound. So I ain't gonna be on here long today. Like I said, that's my word for y'all. I just want to speak on character, because I feel like a lot of people is getting that confused. They think image is character, and it's not. So y'all already know, come join the community. Like I said, that's my word for y'all today. So y'all already know what I like to say. Stay real, stay raw, stay grounded in your faith, and walk boldly in your purpose. Till the next time, y'all, I'm out.